Good morning. Welcome back, children. Today I will teach you the fifth chapter of Class 4 General Science, Adaptation in Plants. So in this chapter, children, we will study about adaptation in plants, terrestrial plants and aquatic plants. As you all know, children, we need food to live and grow. Similarly, plants also need proper amount of sunlight, chlorophyll and soil to grow properly. And we also know that we cannot grow all plants in pots. Different plants, they have different needs. They grow in different habitats. And these habitats are places such as deserts, mountains, plains and water. These are the places where plants grow. And also different plants have different habitats because of the changes of the differences in their structure, shape and size. So children, plants of different habitats are different in their structure, shape and size. Now let us see adaptation in plants. So what do you mean by adaptation in plants, children? The special features or the changes that allow plants to live and survive in a particular area are called adaptations. So the features which help a plant, which allow it to live and survive in a particular area properly, are called adaptations. So upon adaptations, plants are categorized into two: terrestrial plants and aquatic plants. So on the basis of adaptations, plants are of two types: terrestrial plants and aquatic plants. Adaptation in plants are according to the habitat, protection and reproduction. So adaptation in plants is also because of the habitat, the protection and the reproduction. Now let us see terrestrial plants. Terrestrial plants. So plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plants. Now these terrestrial plants are found in plains, mountains, deserts, marshy areas, forests, grasslands and coastal areas. Now we will see about these plains, mountains and the adaptations in different plants in detail. The first one, children, is plants in plains. As you all know, in plains the climate is neither too hot nor too cold. So the plants which grow in this climate, they have lots of branches because the temperature is appropriate, and the plants, they generally shed their leaves in winter. So the plants in plains, they generally shed their leaves in winter. Some examples of plants in plains are mango tree, gulmohar tree and banyan tree. So mango, gulmohar and banyan are the examples of plants in plains. Next is plants in mountains or hilly areas. In hilly areas, the climate is generally cold, you all know, and also there is snowfall in many areas. Because of the snowfall, the temperature there is very cold. And some examples of plants growing in hilly areas are fir, pine and cedar. The conical shape of the trees allows snow to slide off easily. So children, as we know that because of the shape, snow can slide off easily. Now let us see what are the adaptations in such trees. Trees are tall, straight and cone shaped. See, they are tall, straight, they are not bent, and cone shaped. They are having a shape similar as a cone. A few trees have needle like leaves. The leaves look like needles, they are sharp. Most trees are evergreen. So the trees in the hilly areas are evergreen. So what do you mean by evergreen, children? Evergreen trees, they do not shed their leaves at all. They remain green throughout the year. It means they never shed their leaves. They are green throughout the year. Pine tree and fir tree are the examples of plants in hilly areas. Next, let us see plants in deserts. From the name itself, you know, children, deserts are very hot, dry. So desert areas are hot, dry and sandy. And due to this climate, plants need to retain more water from deep inside the soil, from deep below. They have to absorb lots of water from deep down. Cactus, date palm, prickly pear and opuntia are the plants that grow in deserts. So some examples of plants in deserts are cactus and opuntia. Most plants have spines instead of leaves. Spines prevent loss of water. So the plants in deserts, they have spines instead of leaves, and these spines, they prevent loss of water. More water is not lost during transpiration. Plants have green fleshy stems that store water and have chlorophylls to make and store food. So children, the plants in desert areas, they have green fleshy stems which store more amount of water and chlorophyll to make food. Roots of the plants are long and spread out. They have long roots and their leaves are spread out. See, their leaves are spread out. The next one is plants in marshy areas. In marshy areas, the soil is clayey and covered with water. So children, in marshy areas, the soil is completely wet. It is covered with water. So the roots, they do not get proper air. They cannot take carbon dioxide properly. So what happens, children? The roots grow out of the soil and water into the air. And when the roots grow out of the soil, these roots are called breathing roots. Understood? And the trees having breathing roots are called mangroves. See, here an image is given. Mangrove plants with breathing roots. The roots of these plants are, see, they have grown out of the soil and water into the air.